Well, we have been burned before. We have waited years for a console quality Bleach action game, right? And the question is, did Bleach Soul Resonance finally deliver the Bankai we have been craving? I've spent lots of time and grinding, pulling, slashing and dodging. And let me tell you, this isn't your daddy's mobile gacha slop. The game has potential with a capital P, but it also has some classic mobile headaches. So get your Janpagatu ready. This is my honest personal review of Bleach Soul Resonance. This is Jasper. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Alright then, let's dive in. Well, let's start with the one thing that immediately grabbed me, the presentation. The game is built in Unreal Engine 5 and it shows. The character models are stunning. When you stand next to Ichigo, Rukia or Buakoa, they look like they were ripped right out of the anime. It's not just a coat of paint. The world feels alive. Seeing Karakura Town or the Soul Society in the high-quality 3D, pure fanservice bliss. And the cutscenes? They're fully voiced and faithful to the original storyline, taking us right back to the beginning with Ichigo and Rukia's first encounter. Seriously, this feels like an interactive anime experience. The game also features dialogue system like Genless Zone Zero and comic-style storytelling like Solo Leveling Arise, which is a nice touch. Now, for my fellow Android players out there, this is a big win. Performance has been surprisingly smooth and fluid. Even during chaotic, high particle combat, the frame rate holds up beautifully. The controls are super responsive, which is absolutely vital for the timing-based combat, and it makes the whole experience feel less like a mobile port and more like a dedicated action title. Well, I did notice some heat issues after about 30 minutes of continuous play, but honestly, for a game this graphically demanding, it's pretty decent and manageable. So this is a mobile game at its core. On my device, the game is running smoothly on the highest settings, but sometimes, let's just say, the environments can look a little PS2-ish. And a quick heads up, I have heard reports of some cutscenes glitching out or even being missing entirely past the early chapters. It feels a little unfinished in places, which is a major bummer for a global launch. However, now for the meat of the game, the combat. This is where Soul Resonance shines and where it differentiates itself from other Bleach games. Well, if you have played games like Genless Zone Zero, My Hero Academia The Strongest Hero or even One Punch Man World, you will recognize the core structure. Like it's a real-time 3D action RPG with a 3-character tag team system, but the key mechanics are the counter and switch. When an enemy flashes purple, you need to hit that counter button with a perfect clash timing, nail it, you get a satisfying stun and launch into a devastating counter combo. This timing-based action is so incredibly thrilling and elevates the combat beyond simple button mashing. You can seamlessly tag in your other 2 characters. Why? Cause you can maintain buffs, keep your combo count going, and most importantly, you can switch in a character right after a successful counter for a massive, stylish follow-up attack. And then there are the ultimate attacks, like the Shikai and Bankai abilities. They're not just damage, they're these incredible cinematic mini cutscenes that hit you right in the nostalgia. Activating Shinmon Jokura, Kageyoshi or Tensha Jinetsu feels like an event every single time. It's fluid, fast-paced, and genuinely rewarding to master. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the Soul Society, the Gacha. Well, this is a free-to-play mobile game, so of course there is a summon system. You are pulling for super special rare and special rare characters and their weapons. However, PT system is surprisingly fair. You are guaranteed an SSR character at 80 draws on the limited banner, and there is no 50/50 lose condition like in some other popular games. Plus, they were very generous with free draws and resources at launch, allowing me to get a solid team of my favorite Soul Reapers early on. But this game is a marathon, not a sprint. So once you get past the initial honeymoon phase and around level 20, progression slows way down. You hit a point where your story progression is gated by your overall team level and you have to grind material missions. Well, the stamina or energy system feels restrictive and it can take time to level up your characters and their boundary breaks. Okay, so is it pay to win? I would say it's more pay to progress faster. So you can absolutely clear all the content as a free-to-play player, but the wells will definitely have fully built, higher tier characters much sooner. So if you are patient and save your free spiritual jade for the characters you really want, you will be fine.
君と僕とどちらが優れているか分からせてあげるよ。死神なんてこの世に必要ないってことさ。勝負だ。俺とお前がそうだ。
Well, the initial roster is lean but high quality. You start with solid characters like Ichigo and Orihime, who are both very viable. But the SSRs are the main chase, right? From my experience and what I have seen, Ichigo and Buakua Kuchiki are absolute beasts right now. They fit perfectly into the current meta by being high damage / units with great utility. Also remember to build a balanced team. You generally want one full assault or DPS for the main damage dealer, one tactic for sub DPS or area controller, and lastly one support for heals, shears or buffs like Orihime or Kisuke Uruhara. Okay, so team synergy is crucial as you can see, so don't just put your 3 favorite characters in a squad, make sure their skills complement each other. So, after sinking my soul into this game, what's the final verdict on Bleach Soul Resonance, right? This is without a doubt the best action combat system a Bleach mobile game has ever offered. The counter mechanic is brilliant, the Bankai are phenomenal, and the presentation is a love letter to the anime. Well, my biggest complaints are the lack of polish in some areas, like the missing cutscenes, the occasional bugs, and the classic mobile progression grind that hits you in the mid-game. So if you are a Bleach fan, you absolutely need to play this. The combat alone is worth the download. So if you are just a mobile action RPG fan, you will enjoy the deep, fluid battle system, but you need to be prepared for the gacha grind, right? So have you tried Soul Resonance yet? Who is your favorite character to use? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Did I miss anything? Are we still waiting for your favorite character to drop? Hit that like button if you enjoyed this review, subscribe for more anime game content, and check out the links in the description to download the game. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the Soul Society.